So I'm going to go very quickly to go through the activities of the Academy and the National Office over the last 12 months to give you some previews of the future. I will be moving very quickly based upon the time and fast-track a few items, but the chairs and the staff members who lead a lot of these efforts are all here in this room, so if there's any questions you have afterwards about anything, let's touch base. Before I start moving quick, I do want to just pause and again thank you for the opportunity and the privilege to work with the Academy. Thanks to my wonderful staff back in the office that makes us all happy, and thanks to the volunteer partnership that we have between the staff and the volunteers to make this work. So we'll start taking a look at 2018 updates and some previews of next year in our advocacy, policy, practice, reimbursement, and areas, and then we'll move on to education and member services. With the magnitude of changes going on in healthcare, there's no question of the amount of activity we've had with CMS. We've had some very important issues. We have the 2019 Medicare fee schedule, which we'll be hearing about soon, as well as we commented on the IRF fee schedule. I hope what you saw differently also is that not only do we have dedicated volunteers working on this behind the scenes, but we took a lot of time and effort to reach out to members to make sure we got input and engagement from the members as we worked on these issues. This is a list of other advocacy activities that we worked on. Just a highlight of some of them: the Sports Medicine Licensure Clarity Act allows the team physician to travel with the team across lines and provide sideline care. This is something that we just had a big win on recently, working with a lot of other groups where it was signed in the law. We've been working with the House Ways and Means on a lot of issues impacting denials at the IRF level and burden on the physicians working in IRFs on that whole effort. The therapy cap issue always rears its head. It did again. We got a grassroots effort to beat that down again. And then a number of activities of where we stopped different activities or reversed. The state level, for example, working with the Michigan members on the Blue Cross Blue Shield, where I was stopped. They had stopped covering HA, and we were able to overturn and reverse that. Collaborated with a House of Medicine-wide effort to really work and get a reversal on Anthem Modifier 25 reduction policy, and took the lead and got a lot of folks in other specialties to join us as we kind of worked. There was a kind of a threat to the ADA Act, and worked to get some senators to turn back those efforts. On that reimbursement and reimbursement advocacy and resource areas, we do a lot of our activities working at within the RUC and the CPT, and those continue to get stronger and stronger. The Physician Consortium on Performance Improvement and the National Quality Forum. We've been creating a lot of resources for our members as the world changes and as the practice area changes. So we've created a residency coding program that has recently launched for members. We are helping provide resources for our members to be able to navigate the MIPS requirements. You'll hear a lot about the registry, and we'll continue to hear a lot about the registry. We got QCDR status for the registry. We also invested and created 5 physiatry-focused measures. There wasn't really measures out there that we felt comfortable that really represented physiatry. We also endorsed 7 and confirmed 2 clinical practice guidelines. You've seen the work on the serious work in terms of the concerns of the opioid crisis. We've had everything from the REMS playbook in the past and different activities to the lecture that follows us today. The opioid work group put together a terrific position statement. That position statement was also endorsed by ANNEM and the Brain Injury Association. So we continue to have a lot of resources for the opioid crisis, and encourage you to attend the lecture after this meeting. The registry effort, Dr. Kalin touched on this. I'll move through quickly. But since the last meeting, we did separate our efforts from the American Association of Neurosurgeons and decided to go at it alone for right now, continuing dialogue. But we made great progress by ourselves. And we have a wonderful committee that has really been working to prepare our members for the data that they're going to need to practice and negotiate and be successful in the future. So this is about providing benefit to individual members. This is about providing benefit for the institutions so they can do benchmarking. There's also a need for the specialty to have that data so we can talk about and start proving and demonstrating the value of the specialty. So the important message here is the registry is here. It's not in concept, it's alive, it is working. We have 400,000 patient visit records already off of a small group. Started seeing some data this morning presented, and already off of that information, there's some amazing information, that's publishable information already, but we need more. So Right now, a heavy emphasis was on spine, but it is open to everybody, and those measures that have been created are for all of physiatry. We're moving into the next phase that will really be defining the neuro rehab focus in Q1 of 2019. There's a new PRO system that's being piloted right now, and we will have this registry be applicable to everybody in the specialty. It's all going to come down to participation. And that's the message to take back to everybody. What we get out of this registry is based upon what you all put into it. The more participants, the more data, the robust data, it will be very, very valuable. We also have 25 liaisons and numerous volunteers that are involved in representing and providing the voice of the specialty to external groups. This is just a snapshot of the 25 groups where the academy is the representative representing the voice of the specialty out to the external groups and making sure your concerns are represented there. Looking ahead at just a few priorities, we're convening, the Academy is taking a lead for physiatry to be in the position of convening an evidence-based consensus statement, a writing panel for concussion to put together an evidence-based consensus statement on the appropriate use of exercise and medication for the treatment of concussions and mild TBI. You can take a look there of all the groups that have agreed to come together for this Academy-led effort. This will be kicked off early in 2019. Looking ahead also, most of our efforts will be on working to continue to demonstrate the value of PM&R, if that is working with CMS, if that is working on data, if that is working on within the RUC and the CPT, if that is in our coalitions with other groups. Okay, quickly for education and member services, a little snapshot of the annual assembly as of last night, and I'm sure we just got hundreds of other walk-ins today, but I haven't updated that. But in total, we've had about 3,700 attendees here. Almost 3,000 of those 2,945 are physicians, physiatrists, or physiatrists in training. This is going to put us right at either, there's some debate on some past numbers that need to be audited, either our top meeting or our second most attended meeting. Had 4 pre-courses, 129 sessions, amazing number in terms of abstracts and the number of faculty involved in this overall effort. We introduced a number of new pre-courses, a free evidence-based medicine course on Wednesday, the BOLD initiatives that you've heard a lot about, new interactive, a lot of focus on adult learning and interactive sessions. And I have heard one complaint was that there's so many good things, people were frustrated they couldn't get to everything. We also have a rewind that will be available that will capture all the meeting for people who weren't able to get to sessions they wanted to attend. Medical student program is going on right now. We have nearly 380 registered medical students here. Last year was 250. This year we have 380. This is a program that continues to grow and be extremely valuable in attracting people to the specialty, and even people who have already committed to the specialty, wanting to get involved early. That is attending right now, followed by a residency fair this afternoon where 45 residency programs are attending. We continue to offer MOC resources. Just as a reminder, we provide one with your membership. A few years ago, we added one free SAEP, which is all you need if you stay up on it to be set to keep up with your MOC requirements. But we have 13 available. We also have other ways to get MOC2 through the annual assembly skill labs, through the ultrasound courses, or through the REMS online modules. We have resources available to prepare for the MOC3 requirements. And for MOC4, we also have PIPs available for free to members that can be used. Participating in the registry. We appreciate the American Board has approved participating in our registry as qualifying for Part 4, and also the completion of the ultrasound STEP program. On the vein of the opioid crisis, we are offering a course in late November and early December in New York for navigating the opioid crisis, a new course, 2-day course. You've heard a little bit about our STEP programs. We've had amazing success and wonderful feedback about the STEP program, which is a assessment-based certificate training program for ultrasound. Our biggest challenge right now is the waiting list and the increasing number of people that want to go through those. Good problems to have. New this year also is instructional videos. These are a video library that we're creating, 30 to 45 minutes. With expert demonstrations of core PM&R techniques and activities. These are CME-based, and watch for more to be developed for the library. We introduced an international certificate for our international members or other physicians living outside the U.S. This objective is learning. It's also to benchmark their core skills. It will produce a certificate. If they pass the test 80%, doing 8 out of 12 modules, they'll get a certificate from the Academy. Not certification, it's a certificate of International Certificate of Achievement. Including, you've heard a lot about it in the BOLD process, the need to develop our leaders. We've introduced a new virtual mentoring program. We're looking for both, we continue to look for those that are interested in being mentors, especially in the early career folks. We may expand this later to other areas, but we really would like you to consider being a mentor and signing up in the virtual mentoring program. We continue partnerships with groups like Mayo, AMSSM, have a new relationship with Musculoskeletal NAV, which is providing a significant discount to those going through our ultrasound STEP program. And we've expanded our career services because of what's going on in the environment. You saw, I hope you had a chance to look at the Career Corner, which was very busy here. It's been a great success in building over the last couple of years. Our job fair, we had about 115 employers and 700 attendees, continues to grow. I'll skip through the member communities because you have heard several times about the member communities. We will have an app, a new app that will go along with the FIS Forum that will be introduced by January 1st. That will help support those. New, starting this fall, as we introduce, we have 2 new membership pathways for folks graduating from the residencies, a pathway for those going directly into practice and those going into fellowship. There will be a pathway to continued membership in the Academy, the stream out of the residency. This involves not only reduced fees, but a free annual assembly if they stay with their membership as they grow with the Academy. FIS Forum, I mentioned, has grown, and we have a new app for it, and we want to congratulate the resident engagement 30-year anniversary since the RPC, now the FIC Council, was created, and it continues to be valuable. What we're looking forward to coming year, we've talked about the annual assembly. With an increased focus on evidence and best practice, we'll be introducing the community days. Thursday morning will be our first opportunity to pull these communities and education that's important to them around. I'll remind you that before you leave here, for those that we got a lot of people who come annually, I can see in the audience, there's a $100 discount if you decide to sign up and register for the meeting early. So think about that. You just approved the advanced practice providers, not only the membership component, but we want to emphasize that we'll be creating education for APPs, but equally important, we'll be creating education for physiatrists in how to work with APPs appropriately. That will be one of the priorities of the Medical Education Committee. We're introducing 2 new regional courses, and these, with hopes of these expanding. In March, there'll be a regional course in Chicago and one in Philly for our younger early career folks and helping them transition to successful practice. Looking ahead, Dr. Kalin already mentioned the GME efforts and our work with AAP and the American Board in terms of helping to identify what the core training requirements should be for the future of physiatry in line with some of these visions that we've talked about. Through the BOLD process, we also made an emphasis on the need to help our folks with leadership and the leadership of advancing this. Next year, we'll be introducing online modules, 2 different types of leadership development programs. One's an online module program in partnership with the American Academy of Physician Leaders. The second one is a partnership or a course that's being developed with the Kellogg School of Business. That will be a more intense effort, but that will also have a certificate program for leadership that will come out of that. We'll have new standalone courses in ultrasound because there's a demand for that, and we're taking the success from the STEP ultrasound program, and we're going to be developing a interventional spasticity STEP program new in 2019, or starting to work on 2019. Also, you'll notice that we're going to have short video video tips. They'll be part of the eConnections newsletter that you receive. The first set that we've developed is about burnout and improving efficiency, and you'll be seeing those soon in the Connections newsletter. With that, I will give it back to Dr. Kalin and can answer questions at the end. Thank you.